men into your womb and you don't give yourself time to fast all that toxicity out, it will drive your ass crazy. And that's why a lot of black women are miserable and nasty as hell, because you fail to realize that in order to give yourself some balance, you got to shut down the damn oven and stop baking cookies every once in a while. Now, black woman, what are the 5 types of men that I want you to be careful of? Listen up to me, ladies. Most black men are good black men. Most of the brothers in this room are good brothers. And I would never dare say that most of our men got problems. They don't. They're just looking for good women who will hold them down for being a good man and not trying to give them the life that Oprah Winfrey has. Black woman, you don't marry nobody for materialism. If you're looking at a man only for what he earns, how much education he got, and you don't look at him for the principles that he lived by, you setting yourself up for failure. Do you know how much baggage is going to come with a successful man? Do you have the self-esteem to date somebody with high self-esteem? One of our biggest problems with dating is you got people with low-ass self-esteem trying to date somebody with high. That don't work. You got to be equally yoked. So if you got low self-esteem, find somebody else with low self-esteem. So black woman, who are those types of men? The pimp, the player, the predator, the couch potato, the impregnator, and the professional. Who's the pimp? The pimp is the man, sister, who will use you for your economic resources. He wants your money, your credit, your car, your credit cards, pay his child support, finance his life. He's looking for a benefactor. And if you're a sister with low self-esteem, he will find you. And once he sucked the last dollar out of you, he will drop you off and find another sister in Atlanta. Because he is a pimp. He is a user. The sad thing is some black women prefer a man who they can raise, because then they don't have to worry about him going nowhere. The next one, sister, is who we call the player. The player is the opposite of the pimp. He don't want your money. He got his own. He don't need your credit. He got his own. He don't need your house or your car. He got his own. He's only after one thing: the immortal cookie. And he like every flavor in Atlanta: butter almond, butterscotch, sweet brown sugar, caramel, fudge cookies. He's the Atlanta Cookie Monster. And ladies, you need to be careful about the Atlanta Cookie Monster. Because what you got to understand, black woman, is when you date a man, some men play for the moment and some men play for the rest of their life. So when you date us, you got to study us to see, is this brother just playing until he find the right woman? Most of us, when we find that goddess, we drop the rest. But some brothers have been so poisoned by the men who raised them that they feel like they got to have other women all the time. So grandfather's 75 years old and still got a string of queens who he dealt with. So ladies, you got to take your time and study the brothers to see whether or not you're attracting the right energy. See, when we were born, everybody in this room needed 3 things from both of your parents. What were the 3 things you needed from your parents? You needed love, you needed trust, you needed reciprocity. Ladies, if you didn't get love from your father, you might spend the rest of your life looking for it, and you're willing to settle for any type of love you think is available. This is when you become a hopeless romantic. Fellas, if you didn't get love from your mother, you might be very untrusting towards women, and this can lead you to be a domestic abuser. And then there's reciprocity, which means what? That you need to be able to give and take equally. You ever date a stingy ass man? You ever date a stingy ass woman? Do you know where that comes from? That comes from growing up with lack and scarcity. You so afraid of being taken advantage of that you never give of what you have, no matter how much the other person does for you. See, when you meet somebody, black man, and when you meet somebody, black woman, you got to ask yourself,